Amara immediately stood from his lap, turning her back to him, upset, her arms crossed tightly across her chest. Liwei rose slowly, standing before her, tilting her face gently toward his as his voice softened. He told her she shouldn't be upset, that the reason he had come to tell her this face to face was because, as his woman, he wanted her permission. He added that if she refused, it was okay. He would still find another way, as he always did. Amara looked back at him, brow furrowed, and asked if it was that urgent, if it needed to be done now. Liwei shook his head, stating that it was just something that had come to his mind. He reassured her that he wouldn't touch her, spend time with her, or look at her in any way beyond what was necessary. All he needed was access to her father. After that, he would not need to be close to the woman again. Amara kept her gaze steady on him, asking if he was sure. Liwei nodded firmly, moving closer and telling her again that if she was against it, he understood and would not push. Slowly, Amara took his hands in hers, looking into his eyes as she said that this was important to him, that she had watched him work tirelessly to end whatever mission he had started. She reassured him that as long as he wasn't going to touch her or do anything inappropriate, she supported him, that his mission came first. Liwei's gaze softened, locking with hers, and he asked if she was truly sure, if it didn't hurt her or make her feel uneasy. Amara held his eyes, nodding firmly, explaining that if it involved anything couple-like, spending time together, touching intimate things, then yes, it would affect her. But since all he needed was access to her father, she trusted him. Liwei pulled her into a tight embrace, holding her close, promising that he would not overstep and that if she ever felt the need to change her mind, she could call, and he would stop immediately. Amara smiled softly against him. A knock echoed through the room, and Kai's voice called out, telling them that dinner was ready. Amara immediately looked at Liwei, saying she needed to get changed. He stayed on the bed, watching quietly as she chose an outfit, shorts and a tank top. Liwei asked her if she was really going to wear that, and Amara nodded, noticing the slight tension in him, the subtle jealousy. She moved closer, giggling, asking if he was jealous. Liwei shook his head, trying to hide it, stating that he didn't want to control her, that if she felt it was fine for her to dress like that around Kai, then it's fine. Amara laughed softly, reaching up to touch his face, teasing him, asking when he had started acting jealous in such a cute way, admitting that she liked it when he behaved that way. Cute, vulnerable, almost like a big baby. She leaned in, playfully telling him he could choose her outfit, and she would gladly wear whatever he picked. Liwei's eyes lit up, a smile tugging at his lips, and he rushed to the closet, as if he had been waiting for this moment, selecting a baggy t-shirt and sweatpants for her. Amara smiled, slipping into the outfit, and he moved closer, his gaze soft, telling her he liked it. She took his hand, saying they should go for dinner before Kai knocked again. As they reached the door, Amara suddenly blocked the way, turning toward him. Liwei looked at her confused, asking if something was wrong. She raised her hands, pouting, her voice dropping to a sweet, playful baby tone as she told him she wanted a hug from her man. Liwei smiled, murmuring that she had been spoiled too much, and pulled her close, wrapping his arms around her. Amara stood on her toes, pressing her lips to his neck, sinking her teeth in lightly. He scoffed, looking at her in surprise, asking what that was for. She leaned in, teasing, saying it was so the other woman would see that she was his, that he was her daddy. She kissed his cheek before rushing out, leaving Liwei standing there, cheeks flushed, lips biting slightly at her cute, territorial behavior. He caught himself blushing more than he wanted, forcing his expression into a serious mask, murmuring to himself that he was supposed to be the dominant one. Yet she seemed to be taking control, and he needed to fix that. With that, he immediately rushed out, determination burning in his chest to catch up with her. Meanwhile, Yan sat in Ming's house with Ming's parents, gently applying face masks on their faces as laughter filled the room, loud and intoxicating. Ming's father complimented her, stating that she was a good girl, very well-mannered, and that she always treated them like her parents. A smile tugged at Yan's lips as she told them that they were her parents, that they had basically watched her grow up. Ming's mother nodded, agreeing, telling her that she was like a daughter, that she and Ming had grown up together, inseparable as children, and it was a blessing that they still were. Yan smiled, stating that she and Ming could never be separated. She added that if only she could one day marry a good, well-mannered, kind person similar to Ming. Both Ming's parents immediately sat up straight, eyes wide, telling her that she didn't need to look far, that Ming was right there. His mother added that they always pestered him to get married already, that he was no longer a child, that soon they wouldn't be alive anymore, and he needed someone to keep him company and take care of him. Yet he didn't seem to listen. His father added that when he got home, they would better talk to him about him and Yan getting married and their families joining. Yan let out a small, victorious smile, acting concerned, stating that they didn't need to do that she had only brought it up lightly and they didn't need to take it seriously. But his parents insisted, saying they should have even thought about it a while back. The door opened, and all eyes drifted toward it, hope and surprise mingling, as Ming walked in carrying Momo in his arms. Shock immediately etched every face as they asked what was going on, who the girl was. Ming's eyes briefly drifted to Yan before returning to his parents, stating that her name was Momo, that she was his girlfriend. Shock deepened on their faces as they moved closer, looking at Momo, fast asleep, asking if she was okay, noticing how unwell she seemed. Ming told them that she had a fever. His mother touched Momo's forehead, concern evident, telling him he better look after her. His father scolded him gently, asking why he had kept that he had a girlfriend from them, noting that she seemed very beautiful and that he should have introduced her sooner. Ming looked at them shyly, explaining that he wanted to find the right time. He asked if Momo could stay a few days with them, and they immediately agreed without hesitation. Ming thanked them and proceeded to the room with Momo. Yan stood there, squeezing the packet of face mask in her hand so tightly that it started to spill, her face a mixture of hurt and frustration at how her carefully laid plans hadn't gone the way she intended. Meanwhile, Liwei pulled over at the estate, still smiling to himself as he thought about the encounter he had with Amara, how cute she had been, how he had wanted to spend the entire time with her despite the risks, and how he eventually had to leave. A knock on his car window startled him, and he saw Sunny standing there. His mood immediately shifted. He got out of the car, but before he could move toward the house, she stood before him, handing him a paper bag. Liwei looked at it, silent. Sunny explained that it wasn't a gift, that she had heard one of the maids saying he was always up late at night, that perhaps he couldn't sleep, and she had brought him an incense that worked within seconds, one her father used whenever he suffered insomnia. As she spoke, she noticed a bite mark on his neck and curiously asked what had happened. Liwei answered with one word, cat. He then took the paper bag from her and told her she should take him to see her father the following day. With that, he walked away, leaving Sunny standing there, surprised that he had said that so casually. She jumped up and down in excitement, heart racing, thinking about how Amara's advice had worked, how he was slowly warming up to her, and how soon they would be very close.